What If Episode 8 imagines what if Ultron won. Consider this your spoiler warning because I will be talking spoilerish-ish. So let's jump right to this. What a great episode. This is the Age of Ultron that we should have got in the live action, and they could have carried it. Obviously, this was done the correct way, or one of the ways that it could have gone, and it could have given us a way more compelling story than what we got. Now, mind you, I'm a fan of the Age of Ultron Avengers movie. Do not get that twisted. But wow, the potential that this What If series gave us with Ultron finishing up his, well, for all intensive purposes, his vision, if you will, and what he did with it. How he went about it and how he killed Thanos without, like, wow, interesting, boom, or what do you say, fascinating, and like within an instant with the Mind Stone just sawed his ass in half. That was a little bit far-fetched. I would have thought that Thanos, being that he had basically 5 of the 6 Infinity Stones, that he would have saw that coming in some sort of way, but he doesn't. He just kind of just gets chopped up in half, and that's it. And the part that bothered me a little bit was when Captain Marvel was fighting Ultron, and she was whooping his ass, and it's the same problem that you see, or that all of us asked ourselves when we saw Captain Marvel and Thanos fighting in Endgame, when you're like, wait, how is she having the upper hand when Thanos has 5 of the Infinity Stones? Well, at that aspect, it was all of the Infinity Stones. It was a full gauntlet, and she only has the power of 1 Infinity Stone. How is she so strong? And I was kind of pleasantly surprised that Ultron was just like, okay, you got the first sucker punch, but you still lost, and used the power of the full Infinity Stones to destroy Captain Marvel. Because if that happened the same way that Thanos, he should be the strongest being in the universe, multiverse, whatsoever. So I was just floored with the brilliance of this episode, and I appreciated that they took a different aspect to the Infinity Stones. Now, we've seen, if you're a fan of comic books, there is runs where the Infinity Stones do not work in other universes, or multiverses, if you will. And there is a couple of comic book runs where the Infinity Stones can work in any multiverse, and they decided to go that route because I know a lot of people are mad because Vision or Ultron shouldn't be this powerful in other universes, but they decided to go in this direction. And I know a lot of people are bringing up the Loki series where the Infinity Stones from other universes are used as paperweights, and I think that's more because it's outside of the multiverse or the main timeline, or whatever you decide to call it in that aspect. So maybe it's not exactly like that. It can be used in a multiverse setting. It's more that it's outside any timeline, just outside of everything. But I enjoy that they added that, because it gave Ultron such a different strength level. I mean, he is as Omega level strength as it can be. I was a little bit disappointed that the fact that Hawkeye and Black Widow were the ones towards the end that gave us this fighting chance, along with the Hydra operative here, Zolov. But I mean, it was so created. I was hooked from the beginning. And then when it ended on that cliffhanger, you're like, wait, what? He went back and got Doctor Strange from, what was it, episode 4 or 5, when he just goes crazy and the one that absorbs all those, the power and stuff. So now we're going to have these two beings kind of unite in the last episode to take off Ultron. So this is the first time where I see cohesiveness from the Thor storyline, even though it's not exactly the same, but I'm assuming it's the same universe, because in that universe it's not like we saw Tony Stark die, even though I know in another multiverse we saw Tony Stark die. But I'm assuming that these last three, episode 7, episode 8 that just aired, and the upcoming episode 9 are going to deal with it feels like a cohesive story. But wow, like I said in the beginning, this is the Age of Ultron, a true Age of Ultron that could have been great. Now I get it, there was the Infinity Saga, there was already a story done, but they could have added some kind of aspect to this, especially this being a very popular comic book run where we see Ultron ultimately get the upper hand, and it takes a bunch of different, X-Men, Fantastic Fours, our Avengers, many other heroes coming together. Yes, I know contracts, blah blah blah, all that business things and politics involved, but just wow, 10 out of 10. Completely enjoy it. Go on and watch it if you have Disney Plus. If not, go grab someone's subscription and go take a look at this episode. Top notch. But anyways, those are just my thoughts. I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments, and like always, that's a wrap.